is to inflict pain on grieving families.
It was horrific. I couldn't believe that anyone could actually do this after we've suffered the most horriblest thing that could happen to us.
They hide in a virtual world of social networks.
Because of the level of anonymity that the online environment offers, it's really difficult to track these individuals back.
And even the police are struggling to stop them.
This is a completely new area of law, or a completely new area of policing for the police.
She was just an amazing daughter, really. She was always fun and so kind and loving. And 10th of January last year, I walked into my daughter's bedroom to wake her up and found her that she was dead. I just screamed.
At just 14 years old, Lauren had passed away overnight during a suspected epileptic fit.
No one can imagine walking in and finding your daughter gone. It was a bit of a blur, really. To be honest, I couldn't even remember the few weeks that followed that, really.
Lauren's possessions remain just as they were on the night she died. Carol has struggled to accept the loss, and initially her only comfort was the notes of condolence on Facebook.
It was nice to have all the support of everyone, and knew everyone was still thinking of her, they hadn't forgot her.
But then the messages turned sinister.
There was a nasty video made of her, which was on YouTube, which literally had horror music on, open graves, help me mummy is hot in hell, and pages set up pretending to be Lauren under different names like Lauren Dead Body, Lauren Rotten Body. It was just the time we should have been grieving for Lauren, really, and we were suffering the worst time of our life.
In the depths of her despair, Carol's precious memories of her daughter Lauren were being violated. But the Drew family is not the only one. On the internet, hundreds of bereaved relatives are being systematically persecuted. It's called trolling.
Trolling in its most general form is essentially going online and causing aggravation or hurt. One of the most common types is memorial trolling, which is where a person goes on a memorial page for someone who's passed away and posts a horrible message. There's a strong element of deception involved, and sometimes there's an element of aggression.
The impact on the families is just huge, absolutely massive. Obviously they've gone through incredible levels of trauma.
Research has shown that most trolls are young males who rarely have a personal connection with the families they torture. They find them by scouring the media for reports of young, tragic deaths.
You can get just individuals who seem to just go on sites and troll for their amusement, but there does seem to be a strong element of organisation, which is where you get several individuals who post a link to a memorial or a tribute page, and they'll invite all of their friends, if you like, to go and join them in trolling that page.
These teams of trolls then compete to be the most offensive. One, who goes by the name Dave, has posted dozens of messages, so disturbing we can't show you any of them. We found him defacing the memorial site of a dead teenager and asked him why. He claims his trolling is a social critique against public displays of mourning, but why does he have to abuse the dead to make his point? When he finally answered, he had no excuse. Whatever the rationale behind their callous actions, stopping them is proving virtually impossible.
Despite the presence of hundreds of trolls online in the UK, only 2 have been prosecuted successfully and sent to jail. Many believe that there's no punishment for their offences, and that's because the police and the legal system are currently ill-equipped to deal with the problem.
When we went to the police, first of all, they just said there's not really anything they can do. We just found that we were so helpless.
Trolling is something that we haven't really been familiar with in the era pre-social networking. It's something we have to get used to.
Detective Chief Inspector James Hahn played a key role in the team who eventually agreed to try and help Carol track down the trolls.
Investigating trolling really does give us some real logistical challenges from the point of view of trying to identify the perpetrator first and foremost. They will use multiple usernames. Of course, the intention is to be anonymous. Sometimes in a horrible way, the finger of suspicion might point in the wrong direction.
In the Drew case, suspicion was turned on an innocent family friend.
One of Lauren's close friends had been accused of doing this to Lauren and putting all the things and actually trolling Lauren, basically. She actually took an overdose and nearly died.
After ruling out several suspects, police investigations led to 25-year-old Sean Duffy, who was a complete stranger to the family.
At that point we became involved in that case and interviewed Sean Duffy. We also became aware at that time of other offences in other parts of the country.
As well as the Drews, Duffy was actually tormenting 3 other families in mourning. But to prove this in a court of law would require 4 police forces and the cooperation of several internet companies.
Following that identification, obviously all the work that needs to go in through looking at his computers and what have you, to actually prove that he was the person that committed those offences, there are also time-consuming inquiries.
But the detectives were running out of time. British law currently doesn't acknowledge trolling, so the police decided to charge Duffy under the Malicious Communications Act. That charge only has a 6-month time limit in which a case must be presented in court or dropped.
Within a 6-month time limit, it was very, very challenging. And of course, during that time, we also had to do the work with other forces. It really did present a big hurdle for us to overcome.
But their efforts paid off. On September the 15th last year, Sean Duffy was found guilty and sentenced to 4 months in prison.
The Sean Duffy case should send out a very clear message. He had a very strong sentence, an 18-week prison sentence, followed by a 5-year antisocial behaviour order. And I think the warning should be very clear to people who may think about committing these sort of crimes, that is likely to happen.
But that warning is having little effect.
What we have seen since the conviction is in fact an increase in the number of complaints of internet trolling.
Yair Cohen is an internet lawyer who believes trolling has become so endemic the government needs to take action.
We need to make it easier, quicker, and much simpler for people to obtain the information about those who are defaming them. And the way to do it is for the government to set up some sort of body, and this body should be able to process applications for disclosure of information.
But some police believe a change in the law is what's needed to bring more trolls to justice.
I do feel that the law on this would be worth a look, particularly around the time limit for prosecuting malicious communications in an age of social networking.
I definitely think the law needs updating. Obviously, it's not actually covering computers, and it's got to come under a law of its own. They need to know that they cause a lot of damage and a lot of heartache, especially when it's to do with children that have died.